Hello everybody, this is Diem and these are my stories. This one is about my eye issues and basically getting genetically kind of screwed. I am colorblind red-green. I had a lazy eye that basically was threatening to make me go blind in that eye, and we discovered it around when I was 6. So I had to do a lot for that, and that's what the story is going to be about, but I'm going to go through some of the rest of the other things I had as well that made my life difficult. I had asthma. I had a light case of scoliosis. I had several allergies. I grew out of most of them. I'm still lactose intolerant. I can't really drink hot liquids without it making me feel sick. Certain slimy textures I also just can't. They make me feel nauseous/sick. And there's certain soups that I love, but I just can't have because of hot liquids. I can't even drink hot cocoa. I have to wait till it gets cool. I love vanilla pudding, but I can't eat it because it makes me feel sick. But yeah, I also, for whatever reason, my throat gets unnaturally dry, so I usually have to have something to drink with a lot of foods, especially in the morning. And I'm not sure why that is, but it makes it so that if something's really dry, I very easily choke if I'm not careful. My family has a history of alcoholism, and there's probably some depression that kind of follows that that runs in the family. But I'm trying to go in order of age, so we're going to talk about around age 6 when I was really discovered that my eye issues were a problem. So if you go over here, I was around 6. My mom was trying to teach me how to cross the street. So this is the street, this is a car, this is sidewalk, this is grass. So we came here and she told me that you should basically wait for a car to pass and look both ways before you cross the street. And what ended up happening was there was a car over here parked. And because I only had one eye really functioning properly, I didn't have depth perception. And so I was waiting for the car that was parked. And she kept telling me, what are you waiting for? And I said, I'm waiting for the car. And then she finally realized, because this was a couple blocks down, or a couple houses. I don't know how far it was. I was a kid. But yeah, I was just waiting for a parked car to pass. And it was that accumulated with other stuff this would be the TV in the basement, and I would sit right up next to it so that I could see it, and I was just struggling with a lot of different stuff. The eye stuff ended up putting me a year behind in school, and not being able to learn how to read and other stuff until a later age because of it. Yeah. So we went to a doctor. I kind of marked up what it would look like. There was a lobby out here, but whatever. And it was just a wide tile sort of floor. There was a desk. There was a side one you go through. They don't have great doors in this, so I just used these again. But we saw an eye doctor, and I had to go there for several years. And that's where they figured out I was partially colorblind, red-green. And they did a lot of tests. There was one where you had 2 circles and they would slowly overlap them, so that you could basically train the eyes like you'd wear an eye patch. And they'd have a pen and they'd move it back and forth and have you follow to help strengthen the eyes. For the colorblind stuff, they would take these see-through sheets and put it over text. I don't know if you guys can see in this, but they would just put it over so that you got used to looking at things through those shades, so you could better distinguish them, that they were actually red and green. And I did that for many years as well. And then we did ping pong with an eye patch on each eye, for depth perception and stuff like that. And yeah, this kind of made things struggle because it put me behind academically. reading and writing are still not my strong suits. I am a lot less confident in my ability to write, and later I will talk about this, but my mom homeschooled us. And the problem is she came straight from Germany. So her ability to teach English and, teach you how to read was really just poor. And because of that, by the time I entered public school, I had never finished second grade grammar. And so I was drastically behind in those subjects. And I'd never heard of symbolism really until sixth grade. And I had to take a lot of remedial and work really hard to get where I am. And even then, I'm not as articulate as I should be, and my writing is not as good as it should be either. But there was a lot of health issues. I mean, I had asthma attacks. I couldn't see. You had scoliosis. You just had all these different problems, and they added up. So, yeah. So I kind of got screwed, but I mean, I've made a lot of progress, and so thank you all for listening, and have a good day.